Ladies and gentlemen, as human beings, it feels good to enjoy this life and it feels good to feel like a human being. I'm going to play you a video of a black American who visited Ghana for the first time. And in this video that I'm going to play you, he narrates clearly that that was the first time he felt like a human being. That was the first time he felt like a black man. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to play you this video. Thereafter, we're going to analyze the video and discuss it, analytically, and look at each and everything that the black American said.
Bro, when I went to Ghana, that was the first time I felt like just a black man.
Yeah.
I'm not a black man who's a threat. I'm not a black man that is ghetto because he's wearing a do-rag.
Yeah.
I'm not a black man that's uneducated.
Yep.
I'm not a black man that's trying to rob you.
Yep.
I'm just a black man.
Yeah.
That was the first time in my life that I literally walked outside in society and I felt no pressure to try and conform to what I think people's perceptions of me are.
Right.
And I think we carry that weight so often
It's crazy
that we don't realize how heavy it is until we don't have to carry it anymore, bro.
Man.
Hoping that you've watched the video. That is a black American, our brother in the United States. It's called a black American. He's an American. But imagine you are living in a country whereby they have to, they have to draw a line. They have to tell you that you are an African American or you are a black American. And he's saying that for the first time he came to Africa, he visited Ghana. And that was the first time he felt like a black person. But I want to correct him and tell him that was the first time he felt like a human being. In Africa, whenever you walk, almost everybody, 99%, most of the people, they look like you. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to carry that weight. Ladies and gentlemen, why Ghana? Ghana, many people, celebrities, from Caribbean, United States of America, England, Australia, whenever they come to Africa, especially when they visit Ghana, they always have these positive remarks. They always have these sweet words about Ghana. And as a Kenyan, I've also interacted with my brothers from Ghana and my sisters from Ghana. To be honest, people from Ghana are very humble. They are very, very humble, down to earth. And Ghana, as a country, is one of the best countries in Africa, where many people, they always speak positive, or positivity will always reign from that country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to just analyze a few things after watching that video. Bob Marley, a reggae legend from Jamaica, sang a song and he said, emancipate yourselves, from mental slavery. Now, sometimes for you to emancipate yourself from the mental slavery, you have to come out from an environment that has enslaved you. You have to come out from an environment that has made you look like a slave. Because, this is an environment that has made you to think, in a particular way. Now, what do I mean? This is a black American in the United States. A country whereby most of my brothers and sisters, their history starts from slavery. The history starts from slavery. But if you come to Africa, you realize who you are. When you come back to Africa, you now see where your history began. You see yourself as, strong people. We were trading. We were farmers. We had many inventions. So my brother from the United States, he comes to Ghana and he realized that his history is deeper than what has been told. Like I've said before, that you being born in United States, like, especially a people of color, your history begins from the slavery era. But coming back home, coming to Africa, it shows you that you are great people. You are not slaves, So this history should be rewritten and you should know yourself better. That's why my brother is saying that for the first time, when he came to Ghana, he felt like a human being. And I've said, to emancipate yourself from mental slavery, you've got to come out of that environment that enslaved you. And so this is to also urge my brothers in the United States, my brothers in England, Australia. Sometimes it's good to visit back home, and you're going to know who you really are. And mentally, you're going to be free. Ladies and gentlemen, we can also talk about repatriation. Most of the reggae artists, most of the time I talk about my Jamaican brothers because I love reggae music so much. They've been talking about repatriation, repatriation, going back to the motherland, reconnecting with the motherland. So when you see our brother from the United States, he's saying that he went to Ghana and he felt well, the weight that he carries every day he walks in the United States of America, that weight is not there because he wakes up in the morning. When he goes to the hospital, he feels like a human being. When he meets the police, he feels like a human being. So ladies and gentlemen, when my brothers who sang reggae and they talk about repatriation, it is real. Come back home, reunite. It is good to reconnect back with your people. It is good to come back to the soil where your forefathers, your ancestors came from. And that's why our brother from, United States, he went back to Ghana, just touching down the soil, the land. He feels like a human being. Why? Because he has done what is called reconnection. And this can just be done by, repatriation. So when we talk about repatriation, it is ongoing. And it is not a must you come and stay in Africa forever. You can come and visit your people and know your true history. Another thing that you have to mention is true identity. Marcus Garvey once said that a people without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without its roots. And you know that a tree without its roots can never withstand anything because it is weak. Now, you're going to realize that most of the time, if you grow up in a society that manipulates you, a society that mistreats your people, the police brutality, you're being called names, you're even told that, you're a black American, you're an African American. This shows that this society has not still accepted you fully. And you might suffer from what is called identity crisis because you don't really know your history. You don't really know who you are. And even your history or the history of Africa, where you came from, is being given to you or taught to you. But now my brother came to Ghana. He went to Ghana and he felt like a human being. And so he realizes who he is. And so the identity crisis that might have been in him is no longer there. Because coming back to Ghana, you see your people, you see your history, and you know yourself. And so when Marcus Garvey said that a people without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without its roots, it's true. And as a human being, it's very, very important to know where your people came from. Because once you touch down in Africa, if you watch the video keenly, you can see how our brother appreciates, the first time he was in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we can also talk about psychological healing. Let's be honest. Since the transatlantic slave trade, my people have never healed 100% because there are very many stories. Some are told, how they were sold with their brothers in Africa, which is something I can't deny, ladies and gentlemen. And whenever that history is given, you feel very bad. You're psychologically tortured. And so when you come back home, you reconnect with your people, and there is that aspect of forgiveness. And psychologically, you are healed. You feel back home. And so, ladies and gentlemen, whenever our brothers talk about Ghana, he's also expressing how psychologically he's now fit. Because you might think that you're okay, but you're not okay. Because the history that you know was given to you. You need to interact, reconnect, and, talk to your own people word by word. Ladies and gentlemen, there is this aspect of, feeling at home. You might think that you are at home when you are in the United States of America. But, okay, it is your home. But there is a place that you came from. So when our brother comes back to Ghana, there is that home feeling. It is natural. Whenever you are in a place with your own people, you naturally feel at home, you know. And so, ladies and gentlemen, our brother feels at home being in Ghana, Africa. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there is a question that I've seen very many people asking. If Africans really love their Caribbean brothers, if Africans really love the Black Americans, if Africans really love, you know, the black people out of Africa. You can see from the video how our brother is appreciating Ghana. He's saying for the first time. And so we've got some stories that are being given to you that, you know, Africans don't like you. Africans don't like people from Caribbean. Africans don't like the Black Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, once you visit home, you're going to realize the true history, and you're going to realize the truth about the, you know, the connection between Africans and Caribbeans, and the connection between Africans and Black Americans. You've got to be very keen, because the people who divided us, you know, the people who separated us, can never tell us the truth. And so they're going to peddle all these lies. And my brothers in the Caribbean, my brothers and sisters in the United States might believe that, you know what, back at home, Africans don't appreciate them. But I love this video because our brother's come out and he has expressed how loving, you know, how warmly was welcomed, and how he felt as a human being in Ghana. So ladies and gentlemen, this channel mainly, you know, tries to bring back the reconnection that we lost. It tries to bring back the family reunion that we as a people from Africa, in the Caribbean, in the United States of America, Australia, and all these other parts of the world. We've got to come together, forgive each other, and move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are new in this channel is called African Walk. And I was doing a reaction on a video that our brother from the United States of America talked of Ghana and praised Ghana. And he said that he felt good when he touched Ghana. So to those who are new in this channel is called African Walk. And our main aim is to promote love, which came from a song done by Bob Marley, One Love. Our inspirations come from Marcus Garvey. We wanted to see all Africans within the continent, out of the continent, come together. Because once we come together, we can do a lot of great things. For now, my people, we say, Likolmo.